So there's this house in New Orleans that Nicolas Cage owned that he no longer owns because he foreclosed on. It is now for sale. Anyone can buy it. Actually, it's under contract. It went under contract in one day, but the history of this house is insane. Do you know a lot about New Orleans?
No.
Okay, you gotta go.
I mean, I know the basic.
Okay, so the town is very French, voodoo, magic, black magic type of situation there. It's a very beautiful culture. I've been there. It does smell a little bit like whiskey and pee. I think it's just because...
Like every big city downtown?
Pretty much. Okay, but let me tell you more about this house because this house has so much history and this is going to make you want to know more about the New Orleans history. Also, this house was shown on American Horror Story, Coven. And there's a whole storyline about it. Like, that's how famous this house is. This house is called and again, I'm probably saying this wrong because I don't have a French accent, nor do you want me to have one. I don't want to offend anyone. It's La Laurie Mansion. She was a French woman known to, I don't know how to say this but basically she would torture her slaves, like terribly. She wasn't a very nice woman. She was very rich and we don't even know what went behind. Like, she had to run away for a little bit back to Paris when they found out that she was torturing, not only like torturing, but like killing her slaves. When that happened, she actually went back to Paris. I don't know what ended up happening. There's a lot of different stories, but they ended up bringing her back. And there was a mob attack, everything, because people obviously were pissed off that she was cutting off the slaves like body parts, sewing other body parts on, making them do the craziest things. I know, it's very gruesome, very gross. I'm sorry. But this is very important. There's a lot of New Orleans history in this house.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone so far that has owned it has sold it pretty fast or has lost it, like Nicolas Cage.
I was going to say, I wonder if the foreclosure is like a financial like karma, like a negative karma.
Oh, for sure. Well, obviously, Nicolas Cage is terrible with money.
Oh, okay.
He also had, if you go to New Orleans, you can also walk his gravestone or gravesite. It looks like the pyramids. And that was like a few $1 million.
Why does he already have that? That's where he wants to be buried, obviously.
Yeah.
He's got a plan ahead.
Well, that almost got foreclosed on too, though. His gravesite.
We're going to need that plot.
Pretty much. But it's a beautiful plot. Like, it's seriously, like, you can tell that he really believes in this whole treasure. What's the movie that we said?
Oh, a national treasure.
That's what it looks like. A national treasure.
Interesting.
Anyways.
Just sort of put me in the ground, put a tree over me, I'll be happy.
Well, you can't do that in New Orleans.
Oh, why not?
Because it's sea level. So you can't bury people underground because what ends up happening is in their coffin, the gases make you expand. It shoots up the casket and body parts everywhere.
I mean, that fits for what we're talking about.
It's
disgusting.
Yeah, that's New Orleans for you.
So you bury above ground?
Yeah.
Okay. And then this house, he foreclosed on. Somebody else just went back under contract to buy it. I'm so curious why people would even want this home. Like, is it big? Is it pretty?
So it's big. And not only that, but New Orleans doesn't even let people go in it. Like, if you buy it, you can't open it up for tours. Like, you can't do any of that.
Interesting.
So if you buy it, you basically need to live in it.
Probably because ghosts will attach themselves to people.
I've never been there, but if you buy it, good for you. You know, if you're not afraid of it, that's on you. But those walls can talk, or if those walls could talk. So not only that, this house was built in 1830. So think about how long ago that was. The times have changed, obviously. It is 8 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms. And think that's crazy for back then.
That is really big.
Over 10,000 square feet.
Wow.
And it's beautiful. It's a French colonial home. Beautiful. Especially now the current owner has completely flipped it.
So what is it worth? What are they under contract for? Or what do they sell it for?
This house is listed for 10.3. Would you buy a haunted house for 10.3 million?
Not if I can't advertise it to get tours and make money off of it.
Yeah, New Orleans says, hell no.
I wonder why.
And New Orleans is huge. Like, when we went there, you go ghost hunting, you go walk the cemetery. There were cemetery tours. We saw the craziest things. But this house is a no-go.
Oh, that would be a no-go for me.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
Would you enter? Would you ever go in?
No.
You would just be like, hi.
No, because if there are really ghosts, I do feel like spirits and like energies can attach themselves to you.
I agree.
And I'm weird with energies. Like when you feel energies that are off, I'm like, I gotta go.
So you might not want to ever go to New Orleans.
Okay, I'll stay here.
Okay, perfect.